From the modern masters of point-and-click adventuring Telltale games comes The Walking Dead. This is an episodic adventure and not very long, but we'll do our best to avoid major spoilers. Set in the same universe as the comic book series, it follows the journey of Lee Everett. He's a criminal, and thanks to a zombie outbreak, the police car he's riding in takes a long tumble into the forest. From here, Lee has to make his own way to safety and avoid getting chomped.
Pretty quickly, he meets a young lost girl, and he has a protective bond with her.
Let's go. Stay close to me.
The sudden outbreak causes panic amongst those he meets along the way, and you'll have to make some pretty tough choices about what to say and who you save.
We can't just leave her.
Damn right we can.
You guys are suicidal over a girl.
Think about if it was you.
This is a character-driven interactive story, more than a typical point-and-click puzzler. There's a heavy comic art style to it, and I like that very much. Also, the camera work and framing is quite masterful at times, especially when there's an argument or if all hell breaks loose.
The writing gives you a real sense of Armageddon too, and really sets the mood quite quickly. Also, I get that kind of end of days imagery from a lot of this, especially since a lot of the children are involved in the drama. As you get to know the characters, you learn more about their situation as they pry into yours.
Who are you with? The girl?
Nobody.
Is that so?
I found that I instantly started liking or hating characters, which is a real achievement in such a short period of time. I just love how quickly you develop those relationships. The dialogue choices are great too, because what you say really matters to others.
And you can be a massive jerk if you want to, which I like. And I was.
It smells like...
Shit. I'm sorry. Shouldn't talk like that.
I don't think I like these characters as much as you, Hex. I couldn't connect with them, and I think it is because I found the voice acting to be a bit hit or miss.
I wish you were dead for the rest of my life.
Please. Just go.
Plus, I couldn't find any way to skip any of this dialogue, which becomes really frustrating in those repeat sections.
I didn't want to skip the dialogue. I mean, I just really love the way the characters take note of what you say and the decisions that you make, and that might lead to another dialogue piece later on, or maybe play out in a way that we haven't seen yet. And, you know, it just made me second guess all of my answers. But the more intense choices are when you have to choose to save someone. These were really tough decisions, Barjo.
Yeah, and they can lead to really brutal consequences too. They don't pull any punches.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite different to Telltale's other games though, isn't it? I mean, this is more of a soap opera with zombies than a lateral thinking puzzler.
If we don't make it through this, you should know that I think you're a great guy.
Stop, dog.
It's just a shame that it's not a game. There's virtually no game here. You're basically just walking around with WSAD and then clicking on random things.
What are you gonna do with that?
Also, the field of view when you're walking around the place is a little bit awkward at times, but I did get used to it. It's just, why did it have to be so simple, Hex? I like my point-and-click puzzlers, but I need to be able to think about them, not just meander through them.
Yeah, I mean, even the sections where you have to aim your gun or weapon or your foot, it just feel a little bit out of place. There is one really clever part where you need to rescue someone from a motel and you need to take down some zombies stealthily.
Awesome.
I mean, that was really good. I wish there was more of that.
Yeah, and less of things like the radio puzzle. Let me set the scene. A lady has a radio and it doesn't work, so you take a look at it, turn it over, and realize it hasn't got any batteries in it.
You know that there are no batteries in that thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. No.
So you go and find some batteries and you give them to her and it still doesn't work and oh, she's put them in the wrong way around. That's the puzzle. Hex, when it comes to a zombie apocalypse and I have to make a decision about who I'm going to save, it's not going to be the lady who doesn't know how batteries work.
It's funny because the batteries aren't even hidden as well, they're just there on the shelf.
It's on the shelf. What are these batteries? What do they do?
The estimated death toll continues to skyrocket.
I was just expecting much more complex gameplay from Telltale. Even the moments where things are meant to be very stressful and zombies are attacking, it doesn't feel stressful at all because all you're doing is slowly pressing Q. It's hardly a stressful combat mechanic. It It looks like The Walking Dead won't get released on consoles here in Australia because it hasn't been classified. The reason you can get it on PC is because often with an online PC game, it can fall into this weird grey area loophole when it comes to classification. On the Telltale forums, it says it's because Australia and New Zealand have strict classification laws, but New Zealand has an R18 rating.
I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, maybe our market is just too small.
More importantly, I want to know what's happening over there at Telltale. Those Wallace and Gromit games were fantastic, and the Back to the Future games and the Monkey Island ones, but this, what's going on? Where's the proper lateral thinking and the really witty dialogue I've come to know and love from this developer?
You know, I think they do a good job of that, and provided these choices play out well in future episodes, it's definitely worth going back to.
I'm not letting somebody else get eaten today. Especially a good friend.
You know going into this that it's more of an interactive comic than a point-and-click adventure. You'll definitely get what you're looking for. I'm a big fan of the TV series, so I really wanted to see how this story played out.
I love the TV series too, but I don't want to see the next chapter of this game. I just think this type of storytelling is inherently broken in a game.
I don't. I mean, it's simple, but, you know, I was really wrapped in this story.
I just think you're too much of a passive observer. You're in the back seat. I want to be in the driver's seat with a thing like this. If you break it down per episode, it's not that expensive, but I was forced to buy the entire series on PC too, and I couldn't see any other way to buy them separately, so I know it's not really fair to compare it like that, but I still felt ripped off after 2.5 hours of one game, knowing that there's stuff coming to me that I have already paid for that I don't want.
I have to say that I would have really loved to see this game on a portable console or a tablet or something. It's the perfect involving story that I would have loved to have taken away with me somewhere, but, you know, sitting at home playing this on a PC isn't ideal.
I know I'm being a bit harsh on this game, but I think it's because I didn't enjoy the conversations, and that's really where most of the game is.
I'm sorry, Kenny. He's right.
But what are you giving it, Hex?
I think it's worth a 6.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10. I think interactive game movie things can go away.